Welcome to this new video. My name is Nishanthi and today I'm going to take you with me back into a travel story from last year. I was supposed to stay in Mexico for several months, and once I arrived, I thought I received a visa for 6 months. But when I was signing my lease for my studio apartment, I discovered that they only gave me a visa for 2 months. So I had to do a visa run, which was quite unexpected. I just moved into my new studio apartment and I already had to leave the country. So I decided to go to Guatemala for a couple of weeks and just explore the country and have a good time. I'm not going to take you with on all the travel adventures I had. I'm just gonna speak into the last day of my travel experience, but in the meantime I will be showing you some of the videos of this travel experience. So on the last day I was staying in Antigua. I was staying there already for 4 nights, I believe, in this really cute Airbnb with a lovely owner, and yeah, it was a really nice stay. On the last morning I already packed my bags. I went out for a little walk and grabbed a coffee. In that coffee shop, my energy shifted. I didn't enjoy the coffee and something shifted in my energetic fields. But that can happen, so I continued my journey back to the Airbnb. And it was this one street before the Airbnb where I could feel already in all the days prior that I shouldn't be walking on a specific strip. On that morning, I walked there. I forgot about it. And there was some kind of shadow, it felt dark. As I was walking there, I remembered and I actually wanted to cross the street, but just before that, I felt something energetically behind me. So I turned around and I saw a man who was just crossing the street, but he was quite close to me. He was crossing the street and he was making all these loud sounds. He was almost screaming. So I just looked and was like, okay. And then I continued my walk. When I arrived back at my Airbnb, I noticed that my wallet was stolen. So the next morning, I had to take my flight back to Cancun, back to Mexico. But no, I didn't have a wallet anymore. I didn't have any credit cards. I didn't have any cash. My Mexican SIM card was in there as well. My Guatemalan SIM card stopped working that afternoon. So I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't the first time that things like these happen. I travel a lot, so I have quite a few of these stories. And I always know exactly who I need to call in these moments. I know what I need and I know who can support me best. And in these specific moments, I need someone who activates me in my leadership. So I phoned my friend and we actually had a really good laugh about it because I think a year or so prior, or maybe 2 years prior, I lost my credit card in Bali and I was super stressed and I was panicking, and now I was really calm. So we just noticed my personal growth and how relaxed I was. And of course, there was fear in my body to travel without credit cards, without cash, and without a working SIM card. But it's like, okay, it's gonna work out. It will always work out. I decided to not block one of my cards, to put minimum money on there and to still grab lunch and try to sort out some of the admin things that I already could sort out. So I went to one of my favorite lunch places, grabbed lunch, had a drink, and by the time I was ready to pay, the card was blocked by my bank because the transfers were made anyway. So there I was, I couldn't pay. They didn't accept any of the other possibilities that I offered, like PayPal or Wise. So we exchanged contact details and I told them as soon as I'm up and running again in the next 1 or 2 days, I will definitely pay the money. I went to the taxi shuttle who would bring me to my hotel at the airport. That was already prepaid, so that was sorted. And I arrived at the hotel. At the check-in, I already mentioned that I didn't have any cards anymore, and what happens? They ask, how are you? And I said, well, I'm not doing that well. The gentleman was very nice. He brought me to my room. Then he knocked on my door, and there was a lady who wanted to speak to me. That was the daughter of the owner, apparently. And she shared with me that it was not a problem, that I could pay via a payment link, and one of my friends would be able to do that payment for me. So I was under the assumption that everything was in order. So as I was settling in the room, the guy knocked on my door again, and then it was the owner, a female owner, on the phone via FaceTime, so with video, and she was just not understanding at all. She was so unfriendly, and she told me it was really not done what I was trying to pull, and that I had to pay with the same card as the card that I made the booking with. And even though I told her I didn't have that card anymore because my wallet got stolen, there was no understanding, and she told me to leave the property. You must understand that it was evening now, it was raining outside. I'm a woman alone in the airport area in Guatemala, and there I was standing on the streets, and the only thing that I could think in that moment, I cannot lose my shit now. I still need to stay in my leadership. I already checked when I was still at the hotel if there would be another hotel that I could go to or walk to, and just like 200 or 300 meters from the place where I was staying initially, there was another place. So I walked there, and it was walking distance to the airport as well. So there the same thing happens. Like, I couldn't pay with any of the other payment solutions I had, PayPal or Wise. So eventually I didn't know what to do anymore. I was just sitting there, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to go to the airport and just wait there for the night until I can catch my flight in the morning. And then I had this bulb moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just thinking about all the people I know in the Netherlands, but I know people everywhere around the world. So I also know people where it's daytime. Let's contact some of them. So eventually one of my friends in Tulum came to the rescue. She paid the hotel night. I stayed there for the night. The next morning I went to the airport. It was still like a little bit challenging for me to travel without any money, without any cards, without any working SIM cards, but I made it. And when I arrived in Tulum, my friend had already booked my bus ticket from Cancun to Tulum, so everything was sorted, everything was working out. I walked from the bus station to my place, and I thought, okay, this is the moment where I will get everything going again. But then we didn't have any electricity in the area where I was staying for almost 8 hours. So I was going into the night, and only the next morning I was able to get some things done and organized again. So I can look back at this and see a terrible experience of a ripple effect of everything that continued to go wrong. But it was simultaneously a blessing in disguise, even though I felt a lot of fear in my body for that specific flight without any means to buy food or drinks or anything. There's always people who will help you, and for me it was also a reset in my finances, a reset in some of the things that I was postponing already for months, maybe even years, to get in order, and now I had to. So the biggest takeaway from this experience is, I always said, always, as long as you have your credit card, your passport, and your phone, you will be fine. And that specific experience taught me that even if you do not have any money, even if you do not have any credit cards, even if you do not have a SIM card that's working, you are still going to be fine. With a lifestyle that I lived, a nomadic lifestyle as a grid worker, that's gold. Because I unlocked so much more trust in my human, in my leadership, in my body, belief in my soul, and in all the people that support me, and also my team of guides, that it brought a complete new foundation from where I am moving from. So there are two other takeaways that really still are with me. The first one is to always trust your intuition. when I was walking on that specific strip on that street. My intuition and my body told me days before every single time, don't walk there. And I was right. The second part is that yes, money was stolen, credit cards were stolen, and SIM cards. But I didn't really care about any of those things because what I was really sad about and what I was grieving was that there was a picture in this wallet, a laminated pictures with both my moms, my Dutch mom on the one side and my Sri Lankan mom on the other side. I will never ever get that back, and I carried that with me for years. In that wallet was also a crystal that I received from such a beautiful, kind lady in Portugal, and that's gone now too. And the wallet itself was designed and made by one of my friends in Cape Town. These things have much more sentimental value for me, and I will never get those things back. So I didn't even care that much about losing the money and the credit cards. It was those things that I felt sad about. And then the last thing that I know as a well-traveled woman, I know, but I'm a little bit sloppy in that way and I'm not really well prepared generally. The thing that I want you to take away really is to not put all your money and credit cards in the same place. Generally, when I do long distance travel, I have different places in my luggage where I have credit cards and money. Now I had everything in this wallet. So yeah, big mistake. I would love to know what are some of your travel experiences that didn't go according to plan and how did you handle them? What were the takeaways? What were your lessons? This was one of mine and I would absolutely love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you for listening. I trust you enjoyed this video and I see you next week.